We'll get started. So thank you for joining us for this afternoon's webinar on the topic of, well, the UK and Spain united by golf. My name is Hannah and I'm from the Spanish Chamber of Commerce, and we've organised this webinar with MT Spain, which is a member of the Chamber. So we've got a really great line of different speakers for this webinar today from both of the industries in both countries. So I'll just run through and introduce them now quickly. So the first speaker is Doug Poole, and Doug is the CEO of the UK Golf Federation. He boasts a long and impressive career in the golf industry, and most recently has been a board member of England Golf and the Golf Federation, prior to which he held posts both the chairman and project director of the British Golf Industry Association. He was also previously the director of golf at British Airways. We also are joined by Pedro Medina Asensio, who is the Deputy Councillor for Tourism at the Spanish Tourist Office. Pedro has extensive international professional experience, having held, among other positions, the role of Director of the International Treaties Division and Chancellor at the Embassy of Spain in the UK within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We're also joined by Manuel Ortega, who is the Head of Golf and Meetings and Events Promotion at the Andalucía Tourist Board. Manuel was born in Henares and studied Business Administration and Management at the University of Malaga. Since 2007, he's been responsible for MIC and golf segments on the Andalucía Tourism Board. He's also passionate about Andalusian culture and traditions and is an expert advisor to the Andalusian tourist industry. We're also joined by Fernando Perman, who is a private banker at Santander Private Banking on the Andalusian coast. He specialises in non-resident private banking clients and has a great deal of experience in providing solutions to UK citizens in their real estate investments on the Andalusian coast. So thank you very much all for joining us. And Doug, I'll hand over to you now to get us started.
Thank you very much, Hannah. As Hannah said, I have a pretty broad career in the golf industry. So if I just run through top to bottom, right now I'm CEO of the UK Golf Federation and represent 1,200 golf club facilities across the UK. That would be facilities from the level of, they're all proprietary, so they're all owned by a company or by a person investor. And that would be from Wentworth, Woburn, right the way through to very small 10-hole golf courses and driving ranges. So we have a very broad base of people playing golf across the whole of the UK. That's Scotland right the way down to the bottom of England. And in that sector, we probably have around 30 million rounds of golf played on my members' courses a year. So we're very much involved in the front end of golf, but we're not private golf clubs. So we're commercial resort, commercial golf courses, effectively. And I've done that for 3 years. Previous to that, I also had golf brands. So I owned McGregor Golf, Links Golf, and also the license for Greg Norman Clothing. So across Europe, I've had distributors right in pretty much 13, 14 countries in Europe. So I understand golf in Europe pretty well. And then before that, this is the interesting piece. I worked in travel for 16 years. So you wonder how I got into golf travel for that period of time. Well, initially I was a golf professional, and I actually came to Malaga, to the Costa del Sol, to Andalucía, and we played the Spanish Open at Los Brisas and also El Paraiso. And when I first came there were only 7 golf courses. One was Parador, and there was Sotogrande, not Sotogrande New, which was the course that was built afterwards. So I was very much involved at the beginning of golf travel. And as a company, British Airways used to bring in 300 or 400 people 2 or 3 times a day into Malaga Airport, which was the first golf destination to open. So when I came into that period of golf, it came because I was a golf professional and understood golfers and understood what they wanted. And if you know the UK, you would know that our winters aren't the best for golf. So as travel opened up and the world became smaller and traveling, getting on planes became easier, and they could carry golf clubs as well, golf holidays were born. And the first destination to get the benefit was really Spain. My allegiance and love for golf is very much based around the courses in Spain. I do travel many times to play golf with my wife and friends. But what is amazing is that in that period of time, it's gone just on one destination, which is Andalusia. It's gone from 7 courses to, I think, 35 or 40 courses. In my time in travel, when I was working for British Airways, and then I had my own company, we opened up a lot of other destinations as well, besides, because Malaga was a key, very, very vibrant airport you could fly to from all over the UK. We then opened up Alicante for La Manga, which was the only golf course down in that area at the time. And then I actually had the first charter plane going into Murcia Airport for La Manga. And then we went to Barcelona. The whole thing mushroomed. Courses started growing, but it was very much because it was a perfect destination. 2 hours, 30 minutes flight from the UK into what you would probably consider as your winter, but comparative to being in the UK, it's just beautiful golfing time. Not too hot, not too cold. The whole package was really good. And that was the beginning, actually the very first destination, that was the beginning of the golf travel package tour that came into the industry. It came from the UK initially, Europe followed after that, but it was, you know, very much driven by the sun, the winter game, the experience, the holiday. As things changed, everybody found they were enjoying what they were getting. The package was really lovely. And then they went on and purchased properties, became members of golf clubs, and the whole thing mushroomed, and so many new courses were built. Every golf course that's ever been built is a miracle to me, because, you know, whether it's whether it's a course that's built, you know, up in the mountains that's very high, or built on the coastline, you know, the level and the quality of the courses has been so good. So really my experience is from the very heart, from being a golf professional. I saw the beginning. I then saw the opportunity for golf travel. And then I moved on, obviously, but I was 16 years in golf travel, and you will find British Airways and all the airlines still bring huge amounts of people into all the destinations in Spain, wanting to play golf throughout the year now. It is not just a winter package for ourselves, it's also a summer one. So that's Doug Paul, that's what I do. We have 1,200 golf courses that probably have around about 800 customers playing golf each week as a view, and many of those take holidays and have properties and travel and play golf in Spain. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Doug. Appreciate that. Pedro, we'll now move into your segment. So I'll try and get the right. One moment, trying to get the right screen share.
No.
All right, I'm gonna try again. Okay.
Here it is. Can you? That's it. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Well, thank you for this opportunity, and thank you everybody for your time and for your attention. I'm not going to talk about my handicap. I'm only going to confess that I have to improve it as soon as possible. As Mr. Poole has said, we also have been working on golf since the very beginning. The Spanish Tourist Board in London has always been very supportive, has always been supporting golf. And this is not a cliche, it's a fact. We have been carrying out promotional activities of all sorts since the late 80s. We have made press trips, tour operator familiarization trips, including all regions of Spain, from the North Green to Andalusia Gem. Remember that, well, Andalusia is the most important region speaking in terms of golf, with more than 100 golf courses, and the 50% of this offer is based in Malaga, in Costa del Sol. We have made marketing campaigns, physical and online, events, awards, and of course we have participated in webinars and seminars like this. Let me tell you a tale. We could say, no, before, I prefer to remain at the first slide. Hannah, if you don't mind, please. Let me talk to you a tale that we are very proud about it. We can actually say that we helped and we were a major part of the foundation of the International Association Golf Tour Operators, which serves as the global tourism organization and sets standards in the industry. It was founded by Peter Walton, but Spanish Tourist Office was very active in the foundation of this association, this important organization. We have always had great relations with all the main actors, big and small, who work on the travel industry and the golf industry. We have been partners with the PGA in the UK. We also had participation in big major golf events in the UK, such as the UK Open and the Scottish Open, where we have been top sponsors for a number of years and have contributed to the high exposure and relevance of this sport, not just in the UK, but also internationally. As a milestone and part of these early efforts of the Spanish Tourist Office, as a consequence of this dedicated strategy implemented during the earlier stage of promoting golf, I can remember the Ryder Cup in 1997 at the Royal Hall at the Royal Valderrama Club in Andalusia. For Spain, well, of course, part of, we will also have to mention that not just for the UK market, we also having a big impact in the German and Scandinavian golf markets back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, establishing Spain as the leader destination for golf in Europe. So we can say a first idea is that we were pioneers. The Spanish Tourist Office was one of the first tourism board who was very conscious that the importance of golf in the tourism sector and how the golf definitely helped to shape this industry and as we understand it today. Well, my presentation is focused in three main points. I'm going to talk about golf in Spain, golf in Europe, and golf in the UK. I promise you I'm not going to extend a lot. I don't want to steal your time, but I would like to give you three clear ideas about golf in Spain, golf in Europe, and golf in the UK. First of all, golf in Spain. As you are all aware, Tour Spain main objective is to promote Spain for the different markets on which we have touristic operation or relations. And to be honest with all of you, golf in Spain promotes its sales for many reasons. Let me switch off the mobile, excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Golf is interesting for the promotion of Spanish tourism because of many reasons. Variety is the main word to describe golf in Spain, not just for any kind of players. We receive all kind of golf players, from beginners to amateurs and professional, but also for the different available surfaces adapted to the most diverse geographical environments. From golfing in Costa del Sol with amazing sea views, to the green Spain courses in the North Basque Country, Navarra and La Rioja regions, to the Balearic Island, Canary Island, where you can play in golf courses that are situated on a volcanic area, or even charming boutique 9-hole courses like the Real Club de Golf La Toja in Galicia region. Variety is the first idea about golf in Spain. Golf also contributes to the deseasonalization of tourism in Spain. It takes place mainly in the months of March, April, and October, November, being a major disruption force on the tourist flows that come from the British and North European markets. So until now, here is a very short outlook of golf in Spain. Now, golf in Europe, we are leaders in Europe, accounting for 35% of market share for the golf tourism segment, well ahead of our biggest competitor, Portugal, with a 17% of the market share. And other players are gaining some relevance in the market, such as Turkey, the Caribbean, Tunisia, but they're still far away from the numbers that golf represents for Spain. 1 out of 3 international golf tourists come to Spain. Next slide, please, Hannah. Golf in UK. Golf, well, is one of the most popular sports across the UK, and it's increasing its number of members, and those who are not play golf on a regular basis, especially during the pandemic times, as golf became the socially distanced sport. Last one to close and first one to open in the UK. The number of players has stayed rather steady in the UK for the last few years, accounting almost 700,000 adults who play as regular as twice per month. Golf players from the UK usually come to Spain. Well, 25% come with a package holiday, including low-cost flights with luxury experience regarding golf. 47% stay in hotels, and 24% of the British tourists who comes to Spain to play golf stay in second homes, with homeowners accounting up to 283,000 homes in Spain, which has a significant impact on the real estate market, directly and indirectly, with all sorts of services provided around the main activity, golf. Let me give you some numbers about golf in UK and the impact of this sport. Direct expenditure of golf tourists in Europe is 4,700 million euros, to which the United Kingdom accounts for 1,145 million euros, followed by Sweden with 780 million euros. As a relevant piece of information, the highest average expenditure is made by Irish and Norwegian golfers, between 6,000 and 5,200 euro respectively. Golf tourists usually stay for longer periods than regular tourists and spend 2.5 times more. To sum up, in conclusion, many destinations prolong the season with golf tourism, minimizing the seasonality effect by developing a strong golf product. You bear in mind that also during the winter, during the cold winter, you can only play golf in the southern hemisphere, the Caribbean and the Canary Islands, and having the proximity factor affecting tourist decision. Secondly, most golf courses in Spain are situated in luxury premises, from hotels to resorts and urbanization. This contributes to adding value to the tourism products, improving and diversifying them with new activities, facilities, and services, wellness, gastronomy, so on. Third, well, as a third conclusion, the third idea, it would be that golf tourism extends revenue from tourism ancillaries, such as the meeting and incentive trade, being also part of the MICE segment by adding golf as an activity to carry out. Another idea would be that golf tourism improves the picture of the quality of the destination and positions the destination at a different level. The quality of tourism increases. Most golf tourists spend, as I have told you, 2.5 times more than the average tourist. When we speak of Spain and the revenue generated from golf tourists, the Scandinavians lead the charts, followed by Irish and UK tourists. And finally, golf tourism is more resilient than other tourist segments. We had to be very conscious that during the pandemic, this sport has established itself as the social distancing sport. So it's clear that it's a good idea to promote golf and to promote Spain as a golf destination. And well, I'm also keen to answer the questions that maybe someone could have. Thank you for your attention, and I think that Mr. Ortega now is going to explain about Andalusian offer.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much. That's great. Thank you very much. All right. Sorry, I'm afraid we're going to have, there's a bit of Manuel, a bit of trouble. I can't access any of the things you sent me because they're all password protected.
No worries.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so maybe you can tell us about Andalusia and things and what it has to offer to people relocating and with regards to the golfing industry.
Hello to all of you. It's really a pleasure from the Andalusian Tourist Board to be invited to this webinar. Thank you so much, the Spanish Chamber of Commerce in the United Kingdom and MT Spain for the initiative. And it's a pleasure to share with the rest of the speakers, with the UK Golf Federation, with the Spanish Tourist Office in London. This institution is a permanent and very important partner from our side, and with Fernando from Banco Santander. Well, yes, of course, we are so happy to say that the connection and the partnership between UK and Spain and Andalusia with golf has been so hard, consistent, and has been enhancing during the last years, and is ongoing and is growing. And from our side right now as a destination, of course, we are going through a very positive situation under the next months. In the past, pre-pandemic, we have some figures about 3 million tourists from UK came to our region, and in 2021 we have reached to 700,000. So we are on the way to get to the figures before the pandemic. We are still keeping as the main destination in the peninsula, preferred by the British travelers, and of course very proud of trying and working hard, because you need to keep of course always competitive as one of the most important golf destination in continental Europe, no? I was very listening all the story and the comments of Mr. Poole as the beginnings of Costa del Sol, the courses that you mentioned. Fortunately, it is true that we do have a very diverse offer around the whole region. Of course, Costa del Sol is the main golf destination, but we do have another golf destinations in our region, such as Seville, Cádiz, Huelva, Almería, and inland parts such as Seville, Granada, Córdoba, and Jaén. In total, more than 100 golf courses of different styles with different landscapes, so you can, even though enjoy great diversity of atmospheres in a travel time very short, and also with different formats, very social, pay and play. Of course, so many of them designed by international experts already recognized, no? So, nowadays, of course, the Andalusian Tourism Board, as during the past years, we continue being very active with the promotion of the golf tourism. And we are very happy, for example, to say that next month we will host another edition of a very important event coming, which is the International Association of Tour Operators. We are going to host the IACTO Andalucía Trophy that is going to gather nearly 100 operators from all Europe, and also nearly 70 suppliers from different areas in Spain. We are going to gather this event in Jerez de la Frontera in Cádiz. So we are going to showcase all the excellent venues, the gastronomy, the authenticity that we do have in this part of Andalusia. And we are also going to provide 2 pre-tours and 2 post-tours. So in group of 20, 30 operators, they are going to enjoy the Mediterranean coast of Cádiz, the Atlantic coast of Cádiz. They are going to enjoy Costa del Sol, and they are going to enjoy Huelva and Seville. So we keep permanent promoting actively the promotion of our region throughout the tour operator industry, which, as we all know, is quite important for this tourist segment. But we also keep very permanent with other 2 commitments, which is, of course, to be very close to the golf lovers and to the customers. So we are used to attend together with the Andalusian Golf Federation, one of our main partner in the industry, to so many European tour tournaments throughout Europe. And we've been, of course, attending in the past to so many in the UK, in prominent courses such as Wentworth, Royal Birkdale. We've been hosting also events with operators, for example, promoting very nice areas such as Huelva in Scotland. We have gathered operators from different European countries in Scotland, and within that experience, we've been able to promote a very nice area such as Huelva, and of course attending very important events for the end consumers, such as the Scottish Golf Show that is taking place in Glasgow. No, and finally, I don't want to extend because main highlights have been given by Pedro from Tour Spain, but of course I would like to say that we keep fortunately very proud of being a host destination of so many professional tournaments from the European Tour, from the Ladies European Tour, from the Alps Tour and the Challenge Tour. So definitely all different levels of tournaments are selecting the organizers Andalusia to host a tournament. We do have a wide background and experience in this field, And I would like to say that, of course, as the most important one, we are going to be honored to host the Solheim Cup next year in Finca Cortesín in Costa del Sol in September 23. In that month, Europe is going to host the Ryder Cup in Rome, and the week after the Solheim Cup. And also we are going to continue our commitment with the European Tour and Valderrama hosting the Estrella Damm Andalucía Masters next October in this prominent course in Soto Grande, in San Roque, in Cádiz. So, of course, well, very, very happy to answer all the questions you may have, and of course, available for the future through Hannah and the Spanish Chamber of Commerce for whatever you may need from Andalucía. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Manuel. I've actually managed to access one of the videos. So what I'm going to do is see if it shares. Oh, well, actually, we'll see if it. You can let me know if it's working. Okay.
Okay.
This video. I'll share. I'll try and share it now. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. Let's see if you can hear the audio as well.
Thank you so much. The sound, perhaps.
Well. Sorry, everyone. I tried to download it for the last 5-10 minutes while you were speaking, Manuel, but
no worries. No worries.
Oh, yeah.
There are more and shorter, so you can try perhaps later once we are finished.
Yeah, I also got the one about the Solheim Cup. We'll try this one. See. Yeah.
Is the sound perhaps?
Looks great. Brilliant.
The sound is the only thing it doesn't working.
Oh, was it missing? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see the message. Anyway. Great. Well, sorry, that was we'll now move on to Fernando. Thank you very much, Manuel, for that. I'll just get so we'll have Fernando's slides now. Okay.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can everyone see the slides?
Yeah, the first one is
yeah.
It's not this one. There's another one with this one. Okay. Well, first of all, thank you very much in the name of Banco Santander. For me, it's a pleasure to be here. Well, my intention is to be able to explain in a schematic way the banking services that you can access in Spain. So I will try to expend no more than 8-10 minutes on basically, of course, you can open a bank account in Spain with us, and you can open an account in 3 different currencies, in euros, in US dollars, and of course in sterling pounds. You can also have a credit or debit card for you or for your company, and you can use it worldwide. You can withdraw money in any Santander ATM worldwide with no extra charges. It's free, so that's a good thing. And of course, the most important thing it's the financing. You can have personal loans on mortgages with us. So let's go to the second slide, please, Hannah. Probably this is the most important part. We have a mortgage special procedure. So if you want, after the first meeting with our clients, that they normally in the past they were looking for spend here some weeks, but now after COVID they are thinking about spending here 5 months, a year, and working here. So they're buying a villa or a house. So we create a special procedure for these cases. So after our first meeting with the clients, we sent them an email with an attachment. It's a loan application form that they just have to fill it out and sign and send it back. And we have the compromise that in 5 working days, we give them we get them pre-feasibility of the operation. So in only 5 days, they know that we're going to go ahead with them. Once they know it, in the second email, we sent a checklist, a closed list of documents from UK that we need, that they just have to collect and send it back to us. In the moment that we have all that documents, we spent 2 weeks more to give the final approval of the mortgage, and then we spent two weeks more, and then we can go to the notary to sign. Normally, UK clients, when they buy or a villa directly, and in this case we finance something like 70% of the loan to value, or they buy a plot and then we do a self-construction project with them, and we finance the 100% of the construction project. This is a very important point for them. They are really, now we are in well, I live in Soto Grande here. The weather now it's so nice. I'm sorry, and they're looking for this to spend here a lot of time, and really, believe me, we are in a hot spot. There are a lot of UK people, not only from UK, but a lot of UK people coming here now, buying and enjoying this area. So if we can go to the third slide, Hannah. Well, just to talk about different things that I think that are interesting too. We have special services from Santander Private Banking. It's my department. So we have a department that it's private wealth management, that they are international tax experts. And sometimes the client has some questions about taxation, and we can give them a second opinion. We cannot be the lawyer. They need normally a local lawyer, but we can give them a very valuable second opinion. Just to know if it's better to do a private purchase, or if it's better to have a company or the structure that they need, or whatever. We can help them. It's just a second opinion, but very valuable opinion. The second point that I think now it's very important is the golden visa. Well, they're trying to get the golden visa to spend more time in Schengen territory. So we know how to do it. Of course, they need again a lawyer, but we work together with the client to help them to acquire the golden visa that permit them to stay in not only in Spain but in Schengen's territory for a long time. That it's very important, and they really appreciate this service. In terms of taxation, it's important for me to explain that even with Brexit, we still have a very good deal with UK citizens. So we have a double taxation agreement that, for example, for real estate, and it's also for investment funds. So let's start with investment funds. If you have investment funds in Spain, you are not paying, if you are a UK resident, you are not paying in Spain for income or wealth tax because of this deal that we have with UK. So this is very important, because finally, if you are spending here 5 months a year, it could be a good idea to have part of your savings here. And we have an open architecture. We invest in every product of the world, not in Santander Mutual Funds, for example. We invest in JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Pictet, or Candriam, or Threadneedle, whatever for you. And it has it doesn't has a cost for you on it's not a taxation issue, because you are not paying wealth tax or income tax in Spain. For the real estate, it's different, because you have wealth tax for the real estate. So that's the reason why, if you're buying a villa or a house here in Spain, it's a good idea to have a mortgage, because you must reduce the net value of your villa to try to pay not too much in wealth tax, and that's the reason we have this department, and we always try to give you a mortgage, and to not to avoid, but to try to reduce the impact of the wealth tax. And we have another service with international clients, that is the international desk. International desk permit us, once you are a client in UK for Santander or in Spain, and you want to, because you are an entrepreneur or you have a company, a worldwide company, you want to open an account in other territory, we do it so easy with this international desk. If you want to open your business in Germany, in Poland, in Brazil, in the United States, in South America, with this international desk, we can help you to introduce you our colleagues in other territories, and we can share the KYC and all the information that permit us to be very agile. And well, that's all. I think that I've been so fast, but it's all that I wanted to share with you. And if you have any question, I'm here.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Fernando.
Welcome.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, yes, everyone, if anyone has any questions, you can please feel free to write them in the chat or in the Q&A box, and we can answer them at the end. You should be able to see both of the options there, the chat or the Q&A. Please feel free to do that. Okay, yeah, next, finally, last but not least, Milagros Granito from MT Spain is going to be just speaking about relocating to Spain from the UK and what MT Spain has to offer. Over to you, Milagros.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Milagros. I'm lawyer and CEO of MT Spain. MT Spain is an enterprise multi-service in Spain and personal relocation. And comprehensive service about you need free pay advice. Housing, we look for you and present. A ver, one moment, que tengo que bajar esto. Ahora. Housing, we look for you and present the best home for your official agent real estate. Banking, account, mortgage, loans. We are agent of Banco Santander and other bank, for example, CaixaBank. Insurance, health, home, Mapfre's official agent, legal residence tax. We are lawyers, personal relocation, and travels and tour events of golf. Okay, join golf and life. Advantage of living in a near golf resort. A select and privileged environment, good communication, security and all service, tranquility and relaxation, a large open and green space to work and enjoy nature and your favorite sport. Another sport by sail, ride, other sport. This is, for example, in Soto Grande, Valderrama Golf, near to Manilva, Cádiz. It's a example about homes. You enjoy this home near to the Valderrama Golf. Or for example, other places in Estepona, the serenity of an unique space in front of the sea, the Mediterranean, and around a lot of golf course for you. Or for example, golf in Marbella. Marbella is luxury and exclusivity. For example, in Cabo Pino Golf is near to this promotion home. Or in La Quinta Golf, Marbella in Benavis is the other home for you. Or in this Malaga city, everything for you and the best investment. There is another place, for example, golf and relax from this paradise in Almeria. Almeria, Murcia Golf, lies in the Mediterranean from a good price in this home from the sea. Advance, Bayou, tax, insurance, mortgage, personal relocation, low cost flight to Almeria or Murcia Airport from UK. Possibility of other cities in Spain, Madrid, Barcelona, Alicante, Mallorca, Canary Island. This is my contact, my email, and my WhatsApp. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you.
Thank you, Milagros. Thank you. Okay, well, we now, if anyone, just before we finish, thank you everyone for all of your presentations and for all that information. It's really useful and informative. And yes, if anyone has any questions, please, you can write them now. There's a Q&A and the chat. Okay, one got to start the ball rolling. The question, well, so far is kind of to any of you who would like to answer it. Okay, so we can, not to anyone in particular at the moment. What are the main challenges currently facing the golf industry in the UK and also in Spain? And how do these differ from those faced by other countries? Anyone has any thoughts about that? Yeah, Doug, go for it. You're on mute, by the way. So.
Could you repeat the question, please, Hannah?
Yeah, the question is, what are the main challenges currently facing the golf industry in the UK and Spain, and how do these differ from those faced by other countries?
I mean, I thought just to sort of put some picture on what is happening here. Since COVID, our membership is full. Mm-hmm. Tee times are very busy. We brought probably 150,000 new golfers into membership after COVID, because golf was the first sport to open. And there was actually, strangely enough, after COVID, a lot of money in the economy, because we had furlough here, where you received 80% of your salary and had no costs really, and you work from home. And the money, because golf opened first, has filtered through, and that gave us full memberships, waiting lists, and a huge increase in all of the costs. So golf equipment increased a lot, membership increased quite a lot. There weren't any holidays because of COVID, so it was difficult to travel. So people spent their money on their sport. What has happened since then is that everything else has opened up. So travel has come back, and people are now able to go on holiday overseas, it was difficult to go anywhere. And also, it's a really strange thing, but we are, as a federation, explaining to our members that whatever they're doing right now, they're doing it too cheaply, because the cost of servicing has increased drastically, possibly due to the issue that's happening in the Ukraine. So costs, generally speaking, for a golf club to run their business have gone up some 300% in the last year. And eventually those costs have to be passed on. So there will be changes to our market. I think we will slide back and lose some golfers. The good thing we have is that the new people who came into the game were in the 35 to 55-year-old bracket of age group. And that's brilliant, because we were very low on that sector of golfers. And we now have got a lot of new middle category age players in the game, who want to experience travel, playing golf overseas, and the game is quite new to them. So there's always changes. There will be a slight drop in participation and membership in a year or two, but the people who are there will be younger and probably more likely to spend more money. So it's a positive. It's never a negative, is it?
Yeah.
Hope that helps.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
I'm totally agree. I'm absolutely agree with Mr. Poole's answer, and I would also like to add some thoughts about it. To me, the main challenge, not for golf, but also for all kind of industry, is sustainability. We should be able to offer sustainable experiences and sustainable products. We are very focused at the Spanish Tourist Office in London in trying to show Spain as a country that is occupied in manage the phenomenon of the fact of tourism in a sustainable way. For sure, 97% of the British tourists who come to Spain, they come by air, by airplane. But we have a lot of real practices throughout all the country, trying to compensate the footprint, the carbon footprint of the tourist. I can think in Benidorm, Valencia, also in Madrid, Andalusia, wherever you see in Spain, you can see a lot of initiatives trying to have more sustainable products. And golf, like the rest of human activities and the rest of human industries, should be also be able to offer sustainable practices to the golf players.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Pedro. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. All right. Okay, another question. Why do, maybe this one is a good one for Pedro, either yourself or Manuel, or also Milagros. Why do you think that, kind of aside from the obvious reasons such as the weather and things, why is Andalusia such a particularly attractive destination for British expats? moving to Spain, or indeed visiting Spain as well.
Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, the question was, aside from the kind of obvious reasons, why do you think Andalusia is a particularly attractive destination for British expats or tourists? Aside from the obvious factors like the weather and things like that.
Yes, well, we've been, one of the key points we've been noticed during last years because of the pandemic is the increase of high-end travelers that perhaps they were looking for exotic long-haul destinations, and due to our proximity, they have come back to our destination, to our region, and are now appreciating the high added value because of the close distance and the diversity of the offer and the quality of the golf courses that are available in our region. I think it's definitely a combination of all the facts and the experiences that you can enjoy here. Absolutely, what makes it attractive, and also the diversity of offer, not only with golf resorts or beach resorts or traditional hotels, also with other potential products such as villas or residential that are being discussed during this webinar, no?
Well, there are many factors that becomes Andalusia in an attractive destination for British people. A part of the weather, the geographical proximity, the security of the country, the public national health system is good. Well, there are many reasons that exist in the country in order to attract British people to live and to play golf in Spain.
And of course, the way of life that we do have here, the friendliness of the people, and the way how we enjoy and live our life, no? That is also key crucial.
Yeah,
of course.
I agree. Definitely true. Yeah, I totally agree. Wonderful. Thank you very much, both of you, Manuel and Pedro. Okay, one last question we've had for the moment. Maybe Fernando and or Milagros, you might have thoughts about this. Someone's asked, since Brexit, have you noticed that many British expats, that's to say those without European passports, are still moving to Spain? Or have you noticed a dramatic decrease in this?
Well, I can talk about my area.
Yeah.
That is El Puerto de Santa María, Soto Grande, Marbella, and we are growing a lot in the last 2 years, and now it's absolutely the same. We are as I told before, we are in a hotspot. We are increasing a lot, and the profile, the client, it's now a very it's normally a very important one. Normally during the past, we used to receive the executives of the companies, and now we are receiving the owners of the companies. Of course, many other people. I don't want to talk only about the big ones, but it's the truth. In the past, only the executives of the big companies used to come here, and now they are owners of companies, and they're spending here 5 weeks, 5 months, a year. So that's so great, and they speak with other people, and they are coming to, and yeah, we are in a very good situation. I think that now the real estate, it's, well, this is very difficult to say, but during the next years is going to be a very good investment. It depends on the interest rates, of course, and many other things, but now I think that it's a very good, you know, people that are buying here now, they have the feeling that this is not expensive at all. It's that we are in a very good situation now if you compare us with different countries. And the offer is absolutely amazing. We have a lot of different golf courses, the weather, the people, and everything. So yeah, I think we are in a very good situation now.
Great. Okay, well, thank you very much, Fernando. I think that's a really positive way to end the session today. So thank you again, all of you, Manuel, Doug, Fernando, and Pedro, for sharing your insight and all the really interesting information with us. I hope that those who've joined us have learned a lot. This webinar will be recorded, and I'll share with everyone who's joined us the recording. So if anyone has any colleagues or contacts that they think it would be interesting to, please feel free to share it with them. But yeah, thank you on behalf of the Spanish Chamber of Commerce in the UK very much for all of your time. We very much appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for joining us, everyone.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.